Hello friends, welcome to SQL Server tutorial. In this video, we will create a guest login and map it to the database user. Alright, now we will go to the demo. So connected to SQL Server with the SA user credential. Now we will go to the security and create a new login. You may now aware of how to create a login. We will give username as guest login, SQL Server authentication, ABC123, ABC123. We'll remove this, and as we did previously, we will give initial database access as pubs. This time we will give server role as public only. Here we are not selecting sysadmin. After that we are going with the user mapping. So in the user mapping we will place a tick mark, and since it is showing guest login, we will change it. By default the user is taken as guest login. Here we will use it as guest user. Next we will go to status, and status is granted and login is enabled. Now we will click OK. This time we created the login and mapped a database user as well. So if you see, the login here shows guest login. Still we are in SA user account, and we will expand the database under pubs, security, users. You can see a guest user. Alright, this guest user is mapped to the login, guest login. Here you can see guest login. Guest login is mapped to the database account guest user. The user belongs to the pubs database, but this login belongs to all server level objects. That means for all the database the user is common. This login is common. So that's why we are mapping this login to a specific user. Here we mapped the guest user with the guest login. Now what we will do, we will disconnect. So now we will disconnect from the database user SA. So we will right click and disconnect, and we will connect to database engine. This time we will use guest login and password is ABC123. So this time the guest login is not a sysadmin user. So we have the default public role assigned to this guest login, and this login is mapped to a database user, guest user. Right? So the guest user have access to pubs database. So we doesn't provide any object level permission on pubs database. So we can see that here, and if you see guest login, pubs is there. Table doesn't show any table at all. Right? And if I expand Northwind, I will be getting error. The database Northwind is not accessible. Right? Why? Because the guest login is mapped to a user this time, and the login itself has a low profile. That means it has a public access, not it is not having the sysadmin role. So we can connect to the pubs database, but we cannot access any of the object here. So in the next video, we will see how to provide object level permission to this guest login. Alright, now we will disconnect. To provide permission, we have to log in with a admin role. So we will use SA account. That means the SA user logs in and provides additional permission to this guest login. So that's how you have to visualize the scenario. Let me disconnect, and that's all here in this video. Thank you for watching. Bye.